was falling, except for Vince and Vince for WWF. You know,
Were
'cause
you
back
taking
then,
Vince? Were you taking Vince seriously at the beginning,
no,
or did you?
no,
Okay.
no.
Oops. Whoops.
I didn't think it was gonna make anything. You know, because you take it, because they're hardcore fans. You know, there's some real hardcore fans that believe in everything. You know, so. And then when all the talent started going to WWF, you know, hell, Hercules Hernandez, Gino, I think Gino went, or Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, Barry Windham. A lot of the talent started going to them. Even, what's his name from here? I can't remember his name. We talked about it earlier. Dick Slater. Slater went there. All these people start going for the Funks. You know, Terry Funk, everybody starts going to them. And these were the big name talent that went to WWF. You know, and if you pay them what they, like I said, it's a business and they're making a living. But when you see your big talent going like that, you think, man, something's going on, you know. And they took it from a sport, because back then wrestling was a sport.
It was.
And then they took it to showbiz. And I remember when I got hurt, I tore my bicep in Texas. And I had to wait till Monday when I came home to say I picked up a 5-gallon bucket and my arm just fell. Because I couldn't get insurance by saying I was a professional wrestler. You know, because back then they didn't cover you. Couldn't get insurance for that. You know, so I had to wait till I got home and said, oh yeah, I pulled a bucket and my arm fell, you know. So, but now they get insurance, they get health care, they get everything handed to them because now it's acting. You know,
there's that timing again.
There's the timing. You guys are the ones that build it.
That's why I said it was like wherever I went, the timing was just I was a little bit too late or too early.
Just a little off. I'm going to give you some names of some of the WCCW workers. Just tell us what you think of them and maybe some experiences. The great Gino Hernandez.
I never really met him, but he was good talent from what I've seen, you know.
How about the Dingo Warrior when you were around?
He had just started out when I was in Texas. He had just started up there, and him and Sting. Ability, no. Looks, and yeah, he had a hell of a body on him. But ability in the ring, no.
Did you have any idea? Did you have any idea what those two were going to go on to do?
No, had no idea.
Fair enough.
No idea. And with the other one, Gary Hart, yeah.
How about the great Gary Hart?
Gary.
Yeah, to me, he would still be the greatest manager ever.
He was great.
I got to tell you, I never understood why he never ended up in the WWE. I felt like he would have been perfect for them.
Gary wasn't that type of guy to take a back seat to someone telling him what to do. You know, Gary played it by whatever time was up, whatever was needed at that time, he would do it. With Vince, in WWF, I got scolded because I changed the match. Tony Gurria come up to me and says, "Who told you to change your match?" And I was like, I didn't know I was supposed to do the same exact thing every day. You know? And he says, "No, you don't change anything. And I knew that wasn't for me.
Welcome to scripted choreographing, Mr. Perez.
I can't do that.
I hear you.
So,
I guess my acting days are over.
Al, you talked about Gary. Gary tells a great story how just proving what a man you are when you're going to stand up for yourself. Tell us what happened when you were in the WCW with Gary. He brought you in there, and then Ric Flair causing you issues.
Yeah. I was just gonna be me, you know. When I went to with them at the time, again bad timing, because it was between Rick and Dusty. You know, here they're fighting for the book on who's gonna run this or who's gonna do that, who's gonna be world champ. Rick want to be 13-time world champ. It's like that's what a lot of guys can't get out of being something that they're really not. That's why I never really had a problem in coming home and being me, because I never changed from being me. These guys were believer. Hogan changed his name to Hulk Hogan. You know, it's just they couldn't get out of it and be themselves. You know, but he was still making a living doing it. You know, when I came home, it was just me. You know, when I got to I call it still NWA, it was a competition between Dusty and Flair. Who's going to run what? Who's going to be the next champion? So it was just like, here the pitching contest was going on out there, and I'm sitting outside waiting to see when's it going to be finished, you know? So, yeah, they brought a new booker in, and that booker's guy was Flair. So everybody waiting in line to go talk to the new booker to see what's going on. So I waited, and I walked in there, and I forgot who the booker was, and I told him, I said, all right, what do you see in me? He said, what do you have planned for me? And he goes, I see something, but I just can't put my finger on it. I said, okay. He says, can you do the snooker, superfly snook? I said, I can do anything in that ring, but I'm not going to copy someone else's stuff. He says, well, I can't tell what it is. I said, well, I'll give you my 2-week notice. You know, and when you come up with something, just let me know. I'll give you 2 weeks to figure it out. Next thing I know, I'm booked with Flair every day, every town. And I told Flair, I said, I'll put you over in any town, every town, except for Florida. When we get to Florida, I'm not putting you over. And he said, okay, no problem. We'll do a WBQ. Next thing I know, put him over in every town. We got to Florida. Booker comes up and says, how do you figure my world champion beating you is going to make you look bad? He's beating everybody. I said, it's not going to make me look bad. He says, good. I said, because he's not going to beat me. And he said, well, I don't need you anymore. I said, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be here in 6 weeks. Booker lasted 4 weeks and he was gone.
Wow.
But I was gone in 2 weeks after that. So, but yeah, bad timing.
Listen, probably the most important question. We need you to come clean. All right, I'm putting you under the gun here. Is Seth Rollins really your son? Let's get this over with already.
I see it.
That earlier.
I see it.
They said, Al, you look like him. I said, no, he looks like me. I'm older than he is.
Exactly. Too funny. By the way, Sunny Beach, Rick Allen says hello.
Sunny Beach. Wow, I haven't heard him for years. I know he's still around.
He's around, and he's doing pretty well for himself, just like you are, sir. Just like you are.
Good for him.
You spoke about Vincent Kennedy and McMahon. Can you tell us your experience with Vincent Kennedy and McMahon, and then discuss the accusations that have gone wild about Mr. McMahon?
Okay. I was there for, I think, altogether about 6 months. And he come up to me one day and he tells me, Al, he says, I know you're having a hard time because nobody knows who you are. I said, Vince, there's 3 things I hear every match. Where's Latin Heartthrob? Where's Gary Hart? And Kerry Von Erich's going to kick your ass. Whatever town I go to, wherever I am at, these are the 3 things I hear. And he said, well, the New York crowd is different. They don't know you. I said, okay. So in other words, I'm a piece of shit to the New York crowd. He goes, no, it'll be better. Soon we get you on TV, you'll be okay. All right. Week after that, Pat Patterson comes up to me and he said, let's talk. Okay, so I heard stories about him. So he's sitting on a folding table, 8-foot table, and I got my leg on the side of the table. He's telling me, it's good to have you here. You're going to make a lot of money. We'll give you a new gimmick. We'll put this on you. You make a lot of money, blah, 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 blah. And besides, I hear you go both ways. I kicked him off the chair. And I said, no. He said, no, I'm talking bad guy, good guy. What did you think I meant?
What?
Yeah. So
Was
the next day,
I'm sorry, Al. Was that like the quickest cover-up comeback on Pat's part, or did you sense that he was not asking you if you were a face and a heel?
yeah, he didn't ask that, but no, I'm in bad guy. I was like, oh, well, I stuck my foot in my mouth at that point. Bad timing. The next day at TV, Vince comes up to me and tells me, Al, we're looking for the perfect person to make our new world champion look good. That was the Dingo Warrior, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I said, me? He goes, you'd be perfect. I said, Vince, yesterday I was a piece of shit to the New York crowd. Today I'm over enough to make your world champion look good. He says, yeah. I said, you got the wrong guy.
Wow.
Turned around, walked out. I was done. Bad timing.
I got to give you a lot of credit. You did not take any shit, man. I got to give you a ton of credit, boy.
I appreciate it. I didn't, and maybe that's why I didn't make it.
Well, I'll be honest with you. If I was your friend back then and Pat hit on you, I'd have been like, Al, just play the game. Just play the game.
What? No. Don't play the game. I'm your friend now. Al,
You'll be like, Pat,
I couldn't.
like, Pat, it's okay. You're a good-looking man. Shake your ass a little bit and just stay away from him. That's all.
What?
We would have been golden.
And think about my favorite rock band. What are you telling them to do? No, this doesn't work. No,
I couldn't be the last hot tub anymore.
Something's throbbing.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Something's throbbing, all right.
This whole conversation is canceled. That's it. Oh my God, horrendous. How about what Vince is going through with all these implications? What do you think about all of this? Like, pooping on the woman's head. Allegedly, she takes $1 million and now she's not satisfied. Any thoughts on any of this stuff?
If she likes it, that's her problem.
Wow.
I've never really heard of these things. I've heard a few other things, but my thing is, and again, this is just me. I haven't heard anything, but if you're not gay or bisexual, why do you want to surround yourself with gay and bisexual people?
I don't know.
It's a good point.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
It's going to make me think about stuff I don't want to think about.
Yeah, don't. Bad timing.
Yeah.
Bad timing. That is going to be the name of this show, Bad Timing. You know what? We lost Hulk Hogan. Being a famous wrestler like yourself, what did Hulk Hogan mean to the industry?
He was the face, the body, and everything that turned it from a sport to showbiz. When he first started out as Terry Bollea, he was Terry. When he became Hulk Hogan and turned it from the face, like I said, the face that turned it from a sport to showbiz, a lot of athletes did not, including myself, did not care for it. Because I heard people say, I was right there, excuse me, he was the real deal. Hogan was not the real deal. And I'm not trying to talk bad about him, okay?
Al.
Couple things I want to cover, Jimmy.
Yeah.
500 level has now improved on the M&P code. Now go to MP30 for 30% off. Jimmy, I got to tell you something, right? I was at the beach again, 500 level. If you guys haven't looked at the shirts, right, go to the website. It's incredible. And I got to be honest, right? So it was a little chilly today. I brought the dogs to the beach. I was off work for the Jewish holidays,
today.
right?
It's cold.
It wasn't cold,
Yeah.
but I have from 500 level, I have a Roman Reigns sweatshirt. Now, usually sweatshirts are not always the nicest fabric, unless I'm into really nice fabric because I just don't like things up against my skin. So usually I'll get thinner type of shirts, but this is a heavy sweatshirt. The fabric, unbelievable. And you're going to get a deal at 30% off, Jimmy. I mean, my God, it's a no-brainer, guys. I am telling you, once you get one shirt from them, you'll get 50. I guarantee it. And they've got all the sports. Yeah, dude, tell me what you think of it, Jimmy.
They're so comfortable. I got to get a long sleeve now. I'm telling you, I got to, because it was chilly today, especially for a guy who's been in Panama City Beach the last 2 years. It was chilly today, and I love the material. It's so silky. Is that the right word for it? I don't know.
No, absolutely. Absolutely, dude.
It's so comfortable. So, yeah, I got to get myself some leveled long sleeves. That's for sure. 30%.
And again,
off,
it doesn't, they got plenty of wrestling stuff. They got baseball stuff. They've got football. They got everything, dude. MMA. They got it all, man. And I'm telling you, it's very high quality. Again, 500 level code MP30, 30% off. So if a T-shirt costs you $20, what's 30% off on $20, dude?
It's enough. 10 plus another 20% tacked on top. Not much. It's a steal. It's a steal.
I agree. I want to remind everybody too, the Monte The Pharaoh show, hit the QR code, be willing to check out our shows on YouTube, where we got almost 24,000 subscribers. Go to our Facebook page where we're approaching 27,000 subscribers. And again, if you feel like donating to the show, please go to the Monte The Pharaoh webpage, hit donate. Helps us bring in more guests. Trying to entertain Jim. We've got the big event coming up, so a lot of good stuff happening right now.